Hello everyone! As we celebrate Mother's Day today and as we honor the gift that they are to us, gusto ko lang i-share itong video na ito. Sabi nila, life doesn't come with a manual, but it comes with a mother. Marami tayong magiging relationship sa buhay natin, but I truly believe one of the most important relationships that we could ever have is our relationship with our mothers. That is why today we are going to talk about the legacy that our mothers leave us and how that legacy influences us and the generations that will come after us. I'd like you to pause for a moment. Think about what you remember about them the most. Ano ba yung advice ng mommy mo na hanggang ngayon ay naaalala mo pa rin? This is my mom. Ang memory ko sa kanya tuwing madaling araw, nakikita ko siya nakaupo sa bed, nakapikit, nagdadasal. She still does this to date. And she would tell me na she would wake up at 3 in the morning at ipinagdadasal niya ako, my wife, yung mga apo niya, at yung apo niya sa tuhod. This is my one and only sister. She's older by almost 3 years. Naalala ko nung maliliit pa kami, lagi kami nag-aaway. Hindi ko makalimutan. Sinasabi lagi ng mami ko, magmahalan lagi kayong dalawang magkapatid. Of course, that didn't mean anything to me at that age. But now I know those guiding words have been deeply rooted in my heart. My mom wasn't perfect at all. She made mistakes in her life and we have had tough times as a family. But one thing that I will never forget was her telling me to love my sister, no matter what happens. Hindi kami lagi nagkakapag-usap ng ate ko, but pag may chance, we would always pray for each other, encourage one another, and we would say, I love you to each other. This is one of the legacies that my mom has left us. It's the legacy of love and the legacy of prayer. I still repeat the things my mom said in my head. And you know what? I find myself saying the same things to our children. Sabi ko sa mga anak ko, one day, you will have your own families. And you will have differences in opinions and views in life. One day, mawawala na rin kami ng mami ninyo. But I told them that nothing should ever keep them from loving each other as sisters. This is the legacy that I'm talking about. Mga mothers, mga moms, mga nanay, lola, mama, inay, your influence matters. The life that you live and the things that you teach your children will be your legacy to them. Parents, mothers, do not underestimate the depth of influence that you have in your children's life. Today, yung itinuturo at sinasabi nyo sa kanila will have a great impact on them when they grow up. Teach your children the way they should go, and when they are old, they shall not depart from it. Sino ba nagsasabi na madali magkaroon ng mga anak? Sabi nga nung isang dad, before I got married, I had 4 theories about bringing up children. And now he said, I have 4 children and no theories. Ang hirap, di ba? Pag andun ka na mismo, you can never be completely prepared for having children. You could read all the books about parenting, get all the advice that you need, but it's different when you're actually parenting them. May nagtanong nga sa isang mom, sabi sa kanya, what is the joy of motherhood? Ang sabi niya, it's the joy I experience pag tulog na lahat yung mga bata. Itaas niyo yung mga kamay niyo kung sino yung nakaka-relate, di ba? It's the only time na you can finally say, hi, salamat. Tapos na yung nanay duties ko for the day. And by the time you're ready to do something for yourself, it's probably too late. And pagod ka na rin siguro at gusto mo na lang magpahinga o kaya matulog. When you become a mother, you will discover the strength that you thought you never had. Sino mag-iisip na kaya mong gumising 5 beses sa isang gabi to take care of your baby and still have the strength and the composure to go to work early the next morning? When you become a mother, you will discover fears that you thought never existed. Sino mag-iisip na nakakakaba pala o nakaka-anxious yung very first day of school ng anak mo? O yung konting lagnat lang ng baby mo, worried ka na at hindi ka na mapalagay. Today, we join the whole world in celebrating our moms. This is the time of the year when we get to honor them and publicly appreciate them for all that they have done for us. To a certain extent, naniniwala ako sa kasabihan na mothers don't really sleep. They just worry with their eyes closed. And today, we remember yung mga sacrifice nila para sa atin. We remember the days na tayo yung naaalala nila pag may nakikita silang pagkain o bagay na alam nilang paborito natin. And they would go the extra mile just to get it or buy it for us. We remember the days when they would discipline us. Pangangaralan nila tayo pag may ginawa tayong mali. Today, we remember them for what we have become because of the influence they had in our lives. But today, I would also like to encourage lahat ng mga nanay, yung mga malapit ng maging nanay at magiging nanay pa lang. You have a great responsibility to teach your children well. Sa Bible, kinumend ni Paul si Timothy. Sabi niya, I thank God as I remember the genuine faith that is in you, which dwelt first in your grandmother Lois and your mother Eunice, and I know is also in you. And that from childhood you have known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make you wise for salvation through faith, which is in Christ Jesus. Today, more than a celebration, this is a reminder to all of us. The special dinners, yung mga flowers, mga regalo, they're all wonderful. But today, let's look beyond them and ask ourselves, what are we teaching our children? What kind of legacy are we going to leave them? Marami sa atin, we take the extra effort para i-enroll sila sa swimming or pag-aralin sila ng ballet, matuto sila mag-piano or mag-guitar, sumayaw, kumanta, matuto ng sport, turuan silang matuto mag-business, and be good in life. These are all good. But parents, grandparents, are you teaching your children and your grandchildren the Bible, the Holy Scriptures? Many of us, we work hard sa trabaho natin or sa business natin to send our children to the best schools and get them the best training in life. Yung iba, they build investments, nag-iiwan ng malalaking pamana para sa mga anak nila. But I believe there is no greater contribution you can make to their development than teaching them the Bible. Is your life focused on your faith in Jesus, or is it focused on the things of the world? Remember, you have a huge accountability to God to teach them to walk in the way of the Lord. Because whether you like it or not, you will influence the faith of your children. Timothy didn't learn the Bible dahil lagi siyang nag-church tuwing Sunday or nakikinig sa mga magagaling na preaching or sermons. Hindi siya natuto ng Bible dahil nanonood siya ng mga preaching sa YouTube or nakikinig ng mga podcast, no? Timothy learned about the Christian faith from the people who raised him in his home, yung nanay niya at yung lola niya. We have a responsibility as Christian parents. You have a responsibility as a Christian mother to teach your children the Bible. How do you want to be remembered when your child grows up? Ano yung mga values and truth na gusto mong i-impart sa kanila? Before, sabi ko, the greatest legacy I can give my children, yung mabigyan sila ng magandang edukasyon at mapagtapos sila ng pag-aaral. I don't think there is anything wrong with that, but I don't completely believe it anymore. Para sa akin, the life that we live is the example we will show our children. The faith we practice is the greatest legacy we will leave our children. Mga nanay, you get to choose the legacy that you will leave your children. And whether you like it or not, you will hand off some kind of faith sa mga anak ninyo. Yung faith ni Timothy could be traced back sa nanay at sa lola niya. He could see the Lord in them because they lived and practiced their faith, and that attracted him to the Lord. Pag nakikita ng mga anak ninyo, your godly character, your attitude of submission, yung gentleness ninyo, yung forgiveness ninyo, yung love and your caring and your compassion, yung pagiging grateful and thankful nyo, and your joy in the Lord, your children will realize that even if you're not perfect, Alam nila that you have faith and that you are walking with God. This Mother's Day, bigyan natin ng parangal at pasasalamat ang ating mga nanay. Kung wala na siya, let us remember her in prayer. Kung kasama mo siya ngayon, hug her and tell her how much you love her. Kung malayo siya sa'yo, tawagan mo siya. I-message mo o sulatan mo. Sabihin mo kung anong pinapahalagahan mo at pinapasalamatan mo sa mga bagay na ginawa niya para sa'yo. Sa lahat ng mga lola at nanay natin, Happy Mother's Day, and may God's grace be ever so abundant in your life, and His blessings of health, joy, and peace continue to pour upon your household. Again, Happy Mother's Day to all.